is Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player 1. Player 2. Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trevette.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories. L.A. story. Recently discovered presidential ads. Science. L to pay. The Olympic Games. And literature. A lot of clues, a lot of categories, player 1. Make a selection. Sam the Eagle was created by the Disney Company for this event held in Los Angeles in 1984. Player 1? Yeah, good. Player 1? Microphones, TV sets, masks, phonographs, and movie cameras symbolize stars' specialties on its Walk of Fame. It's player 1. That's correct. We return to you. This school is the oldest private university in California and the largest private employer in Los Angeles. Yes, player 1? Yep. Please pick again. An observatory and a park in Los Angeles are named not for a birth of a nation director, but rather a colonel with this surname. It's player 1. Yes. We return. Docents at LA's Page Museum are in a sticky situation. La brea means this substance in Spanish. Okay, player 1. Yep. Yeah! Player 1, back to you. He said a nation half slave and half free can't exist. I say he's wrong. I'm Stephen Douglas, and I approved this message. Okay, player 2. That is correct. Player 2. So what if he's the first West Point grad president? Some say he drinks. You decide. I'm Horace Greeley, and I approve this message. Player 1? Yes. Player 1? In 1814, this general had a pirate, Jean Lafitte, help him in New Orleans. What's next? I'm John Quincy Adams, and I approved this message. It's player 1. Yeah, good. Select again. You elect him? I say in 7 months the economy will be in shambles. I'm Al Smith, and I approved this message. It's player 1. Right you are. Player 1? Alex Hamilton wants him to be president. Them's fighting words. I'm Aaron Burr, and I approved this message. Let's hear it, player 2. Yeah. Right. Player 2, where do we start? The third law of thermodynamics implies that a system can never be brought to this temperature point. It's player 1. Yep. Player 1, start us. In 2006, Israeli scientists claim to have created the ball type of this stormy phenomenon using a microwave oven. Okay, player 3. Right you are. Player 3, here's Kelly.
Symbolized lambda, the total distance covered by one complete cycle of oscillation from peak to peak or trough to trough is called this.
Player 3. That is correct. Player 3. We went underground to learn this unit is equal to about 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd power molecules of a substance. Let's hear it, Player 2. Correct. Okay, let's get back. In 2007, Intel announced a new, faster chip design replacing this 14th element with hafnium. Okay, Player 1. You are correct. Player 1, start us. It shouldn't take much effort to tell me this. Gordon Brown's political party. Let's hear it, Player 1. You got it. We return to you, Player 1. Take me to this reinforced section of fishing line where the hook is attached. It's Player 2. Good. Player 2. Affectionate name for critters of the genus Agapornis. Player 2. Correct. You get to pick again. Most lower back pain is in the area of the 5 vertebrae classified as these. It's Player 1. Good for you. Player 1, bath sponge that's really a type of tropical gourd. Let's hear it, Player 3. You got it. Player 3, where do we start? You might have to get as high as 20 feet off the ground to win a medal in this field event. Yes, Player 3? Good. Please pick again. In the Olympic 400-meter relay final, this many runners compete together as a team. Yes, Player 2. Correct. Player 2. Next to the marathon, it's the longest running event in the Summer Olympics. Player 2. That is correct. Player 2. Norway's Andreas Thorkildsen won a 2008 gold medal by throwing this 90.57 meters. Let's hear it, Player 3. Correct. Where do we begin? Here's Sarah to start us off.
Led by Angel de Maria, this South American powerhouse won its second consecutive gold in men's soccer at the 2008 Games.
Yes, Player 1? That's correct. Player 1, you're in command of the board. In Chapter 52 of this novel, a boisterous crowd is gathering for Fagin's execution. Player 2. Yep. Player 2, make a selection. 19th century author, known for writing about a venerable mansion with 7 acutely peaked gables. It's Player 1. Good for you! Player 1. It's the Daily Double. You are in first place. Please enter your wager. Answer. People from the past appear to a brother and sister in rewards and fairies, by this author of The Jungle Book. You have maintained your lead. Way to go. Player 1, back to you. Modern novels with biblical titles include Jane Hamilton's The Book of Ruth and Toni Morrison's Song of Him. Let's hear it, Player 2. That's correct. And now the $1,000 clue. Even Grendel would love Seamus Heaney's new translation of the Anglo-Saxon epic about this title geet. Okay, Player 3. Yes. Player 3 is in third place and will select first in the Double Jeopardy round, as we always do, right after this break. And we have 2 daily doubles awaiting you in these categories. Physical science. Literary great escapes. The British invasion. Ancient times. Compound words. And colleges and universities. Player 3, you start. All 5 elements of the salt-producing halogen group end in these 3 letters. One element purifies drinking water. Let's hear it, Player 1. That's right. Way to go. Player 1, it's the lightest known stable subatomic particle. Yes, Player 1.
Yeah!
That's it. Hygroscopic substances have a tendency to absorb this from the atmosphere. It's Player 1. Good. We return to you, Player 1. A body at rest will remain at rest unless acted upon by a force according to Newton's law of this property. It's Player 1. Good. Player 1, you pick again. All right, here with the clue is Sarah.
Nuclear fusion in the sun's core produces energy that eventually flows to the photosphere, first by radiation and then by heat currents, using this process, also used in a type of oven.
Let's hear it, Player 2. Right. Player 2, make a selection, please, as we continue. In this 1852 work, Eliza makes a harrowing escape across a frozen river from a slave trader named Halley. Yes, Player 2.
Yeah!
That's correct. Player 2. By clinging to the belly of a ram, this mythological figure escaped from the cave of the Cyclops. Yes, Player 3. Correct. Where do we begin, Player 3? Henri Charrière recounted his numerous escape attempts from French prisons in South America in this work. Yes, Player 3? Yes. You get to pick again, Player 3. In The Deerslayer, this character escapes from the Hurons when Chingachgook helps to free him. Okay, Player 2. Good for you. Player 2, where do we start? Pangloss keeps his incorrigible optimism intact when he escapes an incompetent hangman's noose in this satire. Yes, Player 1? Good. Player 1, You start us off. The first track on the Beatles' second album was a Chuck Berry song that told this composer to roll over. Okay, player 2. Yes. Where do we begin, player 2? All right, here with the clue is Sarah.
Brian Jones played the humble kazoo on this band's 1967 Between the Buttons album, though not on the hit Ruby Tuesday.
It's player 1. Yes. Player 1, make a selection. That's it. The first of the 2 daily doubles. And you have the lead. What'll it be? All right, here's your clue. The searchers told us that Madame Ruth had a pad down on 34th and Vine where she sold this. You have maintained your lead. Way to go. Player 1, you pick again. This man's pacemakers included Leslie McGuire, John Chadwick, and Freddie Marsden. It's player 2. That's correct. A lot of clues, a lot. Reg Presley not only sang lead on this Troggs hit, he played the ocarina as well. Let's hear it, player 3. That's it. All right, let's get back into this. Player 3. The astronomer Hipparchus is famed for cataloging more than 800 of these. That's even more than MGM had. It's player 2. Yep. Where do we begin? I do declare Tefnut was this ancient civilization's goddess of the dew. Player 3? That's right. Way to go. Player 3. Darius I of this empire claimed that Bardia, the king he killed and replaced, had been an impostor. Let's hear it, player 3. Right. You get to pick again. The Celtic town of Vindobona became this military post for the Romans. It later evolved into this capital on the Danube. Let's hear it, player 2. Hey, you're right. Player 2, start us. If I were not Alexander, said Alexander the Great, I would be this philosopher who lived in a tub. Okay, player 3. Correct. Where do we begin, player 3? This aromatic herb of the genus Nepeta will drive your feline crazy. Okay, player 2. That's right. Way to go. Player 2. Swallowtail, viceroy, and monarch are types of this insect. Let's hear it, player 2. Yeah! Yep. Player 2. If you've gone this, you might have said something extreme or fallen from the Queen Mary. Player 2. Yeah! Correct. You again, player 2.
Yeah!
Answer. The other daily double. You are currently in second place. How much are you going to wager, player 2? Answer this. Looking for a needle in one of these is a metaphor for an impossible search. Good. You again, player 2. In days of yore, women sometimes rode in this style, meaning both feet on the same flank of the horse. It's player 3. Right. Player 3, you start. The 735-acre campus of this Baptist school is on the banks of the Brazos River in Waco, Texas. Yes, player 3? That's correct. You again, player 3. One of the most popular organizations at this state university in Louisiana is the Tiger Marching Band, founded in 1926. Let's hear it, player 3. Good. Player 3. This college was intended to be the first college within the University of Dublin, but it's still the only one. Let's hear it, player 3. Right. Player 3. Pick again. Charles, not Sonny, was the benefactor of this Medford, Massachusetts university. Okay, player 3. That's it. Here's the $2,000 clue. Beloit College in this state was founded in 1846, while that state was still a territory. Player 3. Good. Congratulations to all of you. You'll be continuing on to Final Jeopardy when we come back. Here comes the Final Jeopardy, players. The category is this: historic purchases. So, what's your wager? The Final Jeopardy clue is: the English received this person from the Burgundians in 1431 for the sum of 10,000 francs. Let's see your response. And that correct response will add... What did you put as your response? And that correct response will add... Did you come up with the correct response? And that correct response will add... Player 1, congratulations to you. Thanks for playing, everybody. See you next time.